another edition of After the Whistle, Wednesday, November 17th, 2021, and we got another jam-packed show for everyone here. I'm here. Todd's here. Bundled up.
It was cold this morning. It was like 30-something degrees this morning, man.
Yeah, it was definitely freezing this morning. It's like a sad day today. Got the news, young Dolph just got killed. Yeah, just literally like 20 minutes ago, the news broke.
Damn.
In Memphis, he was, let me say, he was going to, it was a small business that he was supporting, a cookie store that he was going to, and so he just came up and shot him.
Man, that's crazy, man. Unfortunately, you're not safe in your own city, even though you should be your safest home. But you know how it is. You all grew up together. People envious you, and you start doing big things.
He just walk into he just go to the store to buy some cookies, and he's just gonna come up and just do that for what? That's always my question. It's like, for what? What was the reason? What was the point? The man's just going to buy some cookies.
But they know that also. I hope he didn't do anything to that man for him to do that to him. But you know what they say, we don't know what their life is like outside the booth.
No, but that's just. But you know, Memphis is one of those places where they say somebody just, they'll just, if they just feel like it, they'll do that to you. So that's sad. We got some, before we get into.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, tell me about it. Before we get into all that, I was talking to some X-Men last week. Talked with Dave about this. So I saw a tweet that someone said that Storm was the most useless X-Men. I was like,
excuse me?
No, that's not the worst part. Then the person responded with Gambit was the most useless one. And I was just like,
excuse me?
And I was like, first I said Rogue might be the most useless one. And I only said that because she always want to kiss people, and no damn well she can't be kissing people.
She can't touch anybody without stealing their powers, knocking them out, infecting them. You know what I mean?
And she never uses her powers at the right time. She uses it for the most inopportune time.
Bro, all Rogue do is talk. She barely fights, bro.
But
Evan's so Gambit. Gambit's the way I do Mon Ami. That's my guy.
But someone pointed out, because I completely forgot about this one, Jubilee.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot about her because I was like, because she's one of those forgettable X-Men. I was like, oh, snap.
I felt like Jubilee when the cartoon came out, because I tell people that was like our first soap opera as kids. Like, it was X-Men, then Batman animated series.
Yep.
Like, Jubilee was kind of like that teenage person you could relate to. You know what I mean? For the young kids to relate to somebody in the show, because that's when you first saw Jubilee. She was the intro to the show. Yeah. Then they introduced everybody else after the fact.
Yeah,
you know what
she was only getting chased by the Sentinels and stuff.
Yeah, it was just for us to see somebody we could relate to.
Yeah. But for that person to say Gambit, I was so tight.
Who they say was the most useful one? Beast. Nerd.
You could add Beast to that list.
He's useless too, bro. Like
he could have broke out of jail. Well, he want to be like, nah, I want to let the judicial system work out. Like, dude, you're a mutant.
Last time I checked, the people I always seen in the airplane was Storm, Jean, Cyclops, Wolverine, Gambit.
And that answers your question. That's all you need to know right there. Man, we can go on for hours talking about X-Men, because, man, don't get me started with X-Men.
And I'm a comic book nerd.
Yeah.
Like, people don't know that, but I like comics.
Yeah. One more thing before we get into it. Black Panther, they're not going to recast T'Challa, which, I mean, I get that, rest in peace. He did such a great job at it, but you can't just not recast it. You got to follow along with the comic book, because there's been many great actors that passed away and their characters were recasted. And this, you have to follow with the comic book.
Now, but hasn't there also been different Black Panthers as well?
Yeah.
Just do an alternate universe Black Panther. They do that for every other comic book.
Yeah. And they still haven't even gotten to the part where him and Storm get married and stuff. So
you're gonna have to do an alternate. Unfortunately, we can't have Chad Boswick, and they didn't want to do the CGI and all that, right?
Yeah.
So respect his wishes and just recast, move on, make a new storyline. Unfortunately,
there's plenty of people.
No different than the Joker with Heath Ledger. You still had to create new Jokers. Yeah, they can't touch Heath and Jack Nicholson, but there's still productive people that can play these roles. Still.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought there was a time where when Killmonger became Black Panther in the comics too. Wasn't there a point?
I think so.
So they could try to integrate that. They might miss that story when Black Panther married Storm, but they shouldn't, because that's Black empowerment right there, and in comics as well. You know what I mean? So that's something we need to see as well.
I know the folks that write this stuff, they should have read the comic book, because
I'll be honest, when I see some of these comic movies, I feel like they just skim over the comics,
Yeah.
or they read the issues that everybody knows about, but they don't read like the filler issues.
Yeah, like my cousins, when they watched it, because that's how I got on the comic books. They read the comic books when they first got put out. They're a lot older than me, so they read like from the beginning till they went up. So they know all the storylines. And sometimes when they see the movies, they just like, but they take it for what it is. But they just like they know the real story. Another real story is the New England Patriots. Man, oh man, did they lay the smacker down on the Cleveland Browns? Ooh, this game was just a beatdown. A beatdown of epic proportions.
Browns look like the Browns. Browns went back to being the Cleveland Skin Mocks. Shout out to Jones, only throwing the ball 23 times and then rushing 34 times. That's the balance we've been talking about. Allow that rookie to mature into a vet behind those running backs in that line.
And now he's getting some of these big guys that they give the big offseason contracts to. Kendrick Bourne, 98 yards. Hunter Henry, I think he's got 7 touchdowns in the last 7 games. So he's getting those.
That's one hell of a name, too. Hunter Henry.
Right. Imagine if his middle name has an H, too. He could definitely be Triple H. But yeah, the Patriots did whatever they wanted to the Browns. They ran. I loved how they ran the ball on them. Ramondre Stevenson getting 100 yards. And, they shut down the Browns offense, which, everybody always talking about how they look good without OBJ. We're like, yeah, right. He hasn't looked like, there's a stat out there. Everyone was so focused on OBJ and the targets. The other receivers too, if you look at their numbers, it's not great.
I feel like since Landry went down for a short moment, they haven't been the same.
Yeah.
And now that, Baker's out, they're definitely not going to be the same.
Baker's out, Nick Chubb was out, like all their guys are out, so it's getting tough times for the Browns, and they have all this talent. It's looking like if they don't make the playoffs this year, it's like a wholesale change is going to have to happen. It's going to happen because those are just the repercussions of it.
But unfortunately, like I said, the Browns, they were good for a couple years, and it seemed like they might be digressing a little bit. But hey, shout out to them Patriots, man, because they some smooth talkies with that 5 and 6 in the red zone.
Hey, man.
Hey now.
Mess around, they're gonna end up winning the AFC East. They're only a game behind Buffalo, and that game coming up in a couple weeks against the Bills. In a couple weeks against the Bills on December 28th, it's getting more and more interesting by the week as they keep on winning. So keep all these other teams keep on messing up. You're gonna mess around and end up having to go through Foxborough to get to the Super Bowl.
And it's cold during the playoffs.
And they can run the ball and they can play defense. 2 things that are a recipe for December and January football. So kudos to the Patriots. Kudos to Mac Jones as well for playing well as he keeps progressing. Because people be thinking I be hating on him when he has bad games, and I point out that he's having a bad game and people don't have the same energy that they had last year. But people go quiet. But they go quiet when I say stuff like this. But then when he has a good game, what you got to say now? I'm like, yeah, he had a great game.
Sometimes they don't like when I want to say exhaust confidence.
Yeah.
Or, when we exuberate or whatever, confidence is leaking out our pores, bro. They don't like that. We walk in the room and they can feel our confidence. They don't like that. So they definitely don't like Cam's confidence when he walked in the arena.
No, definitely not. Oh, man. The Rams, they got all that talent, and Matthew Stafford looked like Detroit Matthew Stafford, and the 49ers looked like the team that went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, 2 years ago, I should say, and they just dominated these guys from the beginning to the end. It was just like...
I just think it was a bad game. I think people were putting too much into this 49ers team, for one. Please. 2, like the Rams just lost somebody, and then they got OBJ. what did you expect was going to happen? You know what I mean? Like they looked all out of sorts. You know what I mean?
The thing is, that's 2 weeks in a row.
But they lost one of their key receivers. So it's like you got a key receiver, and you think OBJ is going to save the day. He's not even acclimated to the team yet. You know what I'm saying? So it just had, I think it's a bad game, bro. Some of the stuff they was doing, just dropping random passes.
That's their quarterback. The quarterback is this guy that everyone keeps making all these excuses for when he plays bad, but you're the quarterback. You can't be turning the ball over like you've been turning the ball over the past couple weeks, especially with the offense that you guys have to give them a chance. One interception went for a pick six, and then another one, it was just like, well, who are you throwing the ball to? Yeah. So you just can't be turning the ball over. And this is the thing people worry about Matthew Stafford. He has this tendency of just randomly just turning the ball over for no apparent reason, and it's like, dude, you got out of a situation. People are hoping you make the best out of this situation. If this continues throughout, now everyone's gonna look at you like, okay, what's your excuse now? But yeah, this was a bad loss for the Rams. But the NFL season's so damn long, though.
I'll be honest, it was a loss for them. I don't think it was a bad loss in score-wise, but what game you gonna win when you rush the ball 10 times? He don't call the call, so
turn the ball over. How many times did he turn the ball over?
You rushed the ball 10 times. You threw the ball 41. How? Like what winning formula do you have in that right there? So basically, you're running the ball like 3.5 times a quarter.
You run the ball and then you turn it over 2 times. And one of them goes for a touchdown. That is a disaster. That's not a recipe to win. And you're just creeping more into the wild card spot as some of these other teams are getting their groove. They're getting their groove back. And your schedule's you got a couple games that should be winnable, but you're going to Green Bay next week. Jaguars. That's like the get right game if they lose to Green Bay, because that'll be 3 in a row, and they got a couple division games coming up. But yeah, they're the back end of their season. They have to play. They got to cut down the turnovers and fix some things on offense. Definitely get OBJ acclimated to the offense. Because he didn't even have I don't even know if he practiced, fully practiced.
Bro,
he got there.
If you look at the box score for the Rams, that's why I'm like, bro, they ran the ball 10 times, threw the ball 41. Your leading rusher got 5 carries. So they didn't plan on winning that game, bro. They just plan on just playing it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win playing like that whatsoever.
Especially on the road. But yeah, I'm more so looking at their quarterback. He needs to step his game up, or them eyes is gonna get a little bigger on him. Because, ooh, man. And then the other upset, Tampa Bay, that's 2 weeks in a row where they just, I don't even know what you call how they look like. You coming off a bye week and you look like a team that's not ready to play. You getting turnovers, you getting penalties, and you got I think they doubled them in time of possession, the Washington football team.
It was something like that.
Yeah, and it's just like, how do you come off a bye week and just be so unprepared and so undisciplined? That's terrible.
Yeah, I like the abbreviation for Washington, WTF. Stop calling them the WTFs. But what was his name? Bruce Arians, the coach for the Buccaneers, right? Yeah. He was talking about stupidity and all that. Bro, you called the plays, though. You only rushed the ball 13 times, and they would carry. It was 4 yards per carry. Brady could use some more ground game, but him over here addressing people's decisions, bro. You call the plays. So how are you gonna say stupidity? You stop throwing Brady out there to be Brady when you got guys that could run the ball, make it easier for this old man. And he's aging by the day. Did people forget that as well?
And their defense need a lot of help too. How about you get off the field? The Washington's last drive took up I think it was a 19-play drive that took up pretty much the entire fourth quarter after Tampa cut it to 23-19, and you couldn't get a stop on any of those. That's just demoralizing and terrible.
One person we do have to highlight on the defensive end was Devin White. That man had 18 tackles, bro, 13 solo. He was the only one trying to do anything out there.
I mean,
but why come the losing team always got the high tackle guy?
Because you out there so long. Because they was out there. They was out on that field for so long. His time 39 minutes to 20.
Yeah, he need like a bonus or something for that performance.
Right.
And then was had 20 tackles.
And then you get you getting these penalties at inopportune times. It just looked like it looked like a team that looked like that normally would look like a team in week 1, like when the season begins. That's how they look like.
But this is what they do. Last year did the same thing.
Yeah.
Middle of the season, they were just like, whatever. Let's just like that's what happened when you remember when you're that good and that talented, you kind of just don't take things as serious.
Yeah.
But I don't like how the coaching staff and everybody's getting on the camera and speaking so negatively. You know what I mean? Like using the word stupidity and all that. Like that's a little too much, especially when you contribute to the stupidity. So like say overall, but don't just be talking about your players like that.
Hey, I mean, stupid is as stupid does. I guess that's the saying how it goes. I don't know, but yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I was like, if I tell you to do something and you do it, who's stupid? Me or you?
Benefit for them. They got a get right game coming up. New York Giants. So
Yeah. I mean,
that's their get right.
I don't really, I'll be honest, I didn't put too much stock into the 49ers win or the Washington win personally. Like, that's just certain teams, I'm just like, we'll see.
I put more stock on that 49ers Rams one because of their quarterback.
I didn't put no stock in either one. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah. And then we got the Chiefs. Looked like the Chiefs again Sunday night. I think they was watching our show because they actually listened to what we were saying, and they were dropping back and passing it, but they weren't just looking for the home run hits. They were doing the New England Patriots type of offense. Get those little short passes, let your playmakers go out there, get yards after the catch, and they look like the team that we've been seeing the past 3 years.
Oh, you mean they were playing just logical football?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were plus 11, in time possession, which is great for them. The Raiders, I'll be honest, the Raiders are nothing but a wounded deer limping into each game, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
they don't know who's going to be on the team.
think about the avalanche effect that just happened to them, but it wasn't that, more like a volcano. Because anything in its way is getting demolished, bro. Tom Gruden gets fired, Ruggs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All this, like, it's just.
At this point, you don't know who's going to be on the team game in, game out.
Like, it's just.
And I think mentally too, it's probably taking up a toll on them because that was like 3 weeks in a row of things happening to them. So I think mentally it just.
And it doesn't help when they're in Vegas. So even when you're mentally distraught, you can still go out and have a great time.
Yeah, you can get mentally.
So if I'm a Raider player, I'm gonna stay in the crib because towards the end of the season they don't go to the playoffs. You know, I know they're gonna be doing.
Yeah, they're gonna be at the casinos, but. And they got such a young team too, so it's like, man, asking a lot for these guys to handle all this, but and the crazy thing is the Chiefs just going into the game doing last place in the division. Now they're in first place.
That's how sorry. That's why the Chiefs don't. They be like, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
because everybody was losing, so it was just kind of funny. We could see them go on a nice winning streak right now just because of the momentum they got going on here, and I just like their offense and what they was doing because they weren't trying to force it. They weren't trying to play Madden style, just throw it deep each time.
I mean, if you look at the box score, it looks like that, but Mahomes is one of the few quarterbacks that can throw 50+ times.
Yeah.
And for one, not throw interception.
Yeah.
But two, can still be productive. Like, and then for him to throw the ball 50 times, for you to still run it 25. You're going to win every game.
Yeah, and the 50 passes, it wasn't like he was just dropping back to chucking it up in the air. It was a lot of short passes, too. So
he only had 15 misses, bro.
Yeah.
Or 15 drops or miscues or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, only 15? Like, out of 50?
Yeah. Yeah, so they all looked right. All the guys looked right. They look like they got their groove back, but they got the Cowboys coming in this weekend, so we'll see how they will fare in that one. And it's a home game too for the Chiefs. So I think that's Sunday. That might be Sunday night.
Okay.
We'll see. Cam's back. Cam is back. Everything happens after we get off the show. So the news. I think they signed him that Friday or something.
I didn't even know.
Yeah. I think they signed him Friday or Saturday, a day before the game. I didn't know until I saw it. So that happened, and then his first 2 plays, rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. It was just good to see him. And the Panthers are kind of just like, damn, we should have never let him go because the guys we try to replace him with aren't good.
Yeah, man. You know, I got mixed feelings about this because you know how I always felt like they didn't appreciate Cam because the way they let him get beat up and destroyed and didn't really protect him. So it's like they backhand slap you out the team. You know, you go, but they welcome you back. Like I don't like that personally, but for him, I know he's trying to play. So, and a lot of people saying he's not the quarterback for any other team but this team. It's like, bro, but they need to respect that man and they need to do everything in his power to protect him. Like,
there's a reason why they brought him back. Sam Darnold, god awful. Teddy Bridgewater, he was all right, but you know, Teddy wanted to get that money. I don't blame him. P.J. Walker, I think that's his name.
I don't even know.
Yeah, he was in the XFL. He played for that coach at Temple. He's like, all right, it's cool to have him on the team, but Cam is gonna bring seats, put seats on that thing, and he still has football left in him. And this coach is not gonna his offense is not the offense that is gonna make him run the ball like the way they do.
And too, I heard a lot of analysts talking about like Cam's dynamic outside of football, how he's a big religious guy. You know, that state is big on religion.
That's the Bible Belt.
Yeah, I didn't want to call it that. I'll let you do it. but so just like, you know, like, so, and my boy Kizzy and his family's out there in Carolina. They love Cam. So it's just the culture that he brings, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You want to know how I knew it was Bible Belt? Because I tried to go buy liquor one day, and boy, was it difficult for me to find the liquor store. Yeah, you know, they have like...
I mean, I'll be in Wilmington, so like, it's different
like
out there.
Rally and Sharp.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That area, it was difficult because on Sundays it's like different times. And
you had the nerve to go on a Sunday?
And then the liquor store is like, the liquor store is like behind. It was like behind the building and stuff like that. I was just like, yo, what is going on?
So they must consider us heathens out here then.
Yeah. Yeah.
But honestly, though, I'm happy for Cam. I just wish these guys would respect their players more and treat their players like they would treat their own son if he played for them.
They want it though.
Because at the end of the day, your quarterback is kind of like, you know what I mean? It's the closest thing to you guys, a son on your team.
Quarterback puts the butts in the seat.
Yeah, he do. I had something else to say, but I'm going to leave that alone.
This dude here. All right, lastly, we're just going to talk about this quickly just because this is so hilarious. The Detroit Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers ending in a 1-1 tie. I'm not going to talk about the game. Just the fact that this game ended in a 1-1 tie. A 16-16 tie.
I seen one. I was like, I'm over here trying to had formulas going through my brain.
I was thinking of something else. I was thinking like hockey or something like that. But 16-16 tie. Big Ben, he's out. I think he was in health and safety protocol. I don't even know who. I don't think Jared Goff played. I think he played in this one. But for the Steelers, for them to tie with the Lions, it don't matter who you have as a quarterback. You shouldn't be ending in a tie with the Lions.
They had Rudolph, right?
Yeah.
Is that helmet guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's why they tied. Had Helmet Henry out there.
This game was like the epitome of Shaq and a fool. Like, if Shaq could have a whole segment of Shaq and the Fool, he should have just had, show this game, because this entire game was a Shaq and the Fool game.
The funniest part about it is the conference. I can't even talk today. The news conferences, whatever, after the press conference. After the game. For one, the guy from the coach for the Detroit, he had me crying when he was just like, he was such in shock. He didn't even know. He's like, what? Huh? Todd? Like, bro, you was talking crazy before the season started. You didn't pick my rule book?
He ain't the only one. There were players on each team that were wondering why the game isn't still going on. Some of the rookies were wondering, didn't know that NFL games can end in a tie, which is so funny, man.
It's hilarious. But my thing is, though, when will they ever just change it to both college and professional doing the same thing in overtime? Because we all love what college does in overtime because it keeps the game going.
Even high school.
Yeah, nobody's trying to place a bet in for the team, and they lose that one game on a slip for a tie.
Yeah, right.
Like, come on. And it's like, how are you going to pay these guys for NFL? They don't even, right. I get you trying to save your plays, but at the end of the day, you need winners, bro.
Yeah.
You need winners. You don't need ties. Football should never have ties.
At all. Makes no sense why it should have ties, but.
You should have one overtime, and then the next overtime.
Just go to the college rules.
Yeah, first person scores. Field goal or touchdown.
Right.
Don't even matter.
Each team get the ball at the 20.
Yeah,
get a chance to score or something, because there's no reason why games should be ending in ties.
Professional ties? That just don't make sense to me.
Even college, they changed their rules too, so they won't be going into so many overtimes. So if teams after the second overtime, they got to go for 2 or something.
I don't know, because we watched the college football game, and they had 8 overtimes.
Yeah.
8 or 9 this past month or 2 ago.
It was just teams that,
So did they now implement a rule just now?
I think it started this year,
Okay.
Yeah. But they were going for 2, and they kept getting them. So.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't even process all that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. But that's the blooper of the day, because, man. Oh, man. We'll go to Craig. He's going to talk about the OBJ church. I said it right? OBJ?
Yeah, OBJ.
Oh, OBJ. I thought I said OJ.
I could understand how you would accidentally mix that.
Go to Craig to the No Huddle, and we gonna come back.
What up, everybody, and welcome to No Huddle here on After the Whistle. As always, it's your boy Craig, here to give you my football updates of the week. Let's talk about OBJ going to the Rams. To me, that was a really surprising move. Clearly, OBJ is going for a ring and not for a real contract. He signed a 1-year deal, so next year he'll be a free agent again. I believe he went to the team that had the best odds of winning a Super Bowl. They got the run game. They've got the passing game. They've got the quarterback, and they have probably the most elite defense in the NFL this year. So in some ways it makes sense if you just want to get a Super Bowl ring. But if you're looking for a new home, to me it doesn't make sense. They already have the best wide receiver in the league in Cooper Kupp. They have Robert Woods, who coincidentally went out for the season with a torn ACL right after OBJ signed with the Rams. Did OBJ have something to do with it? I don't know. Probably not. That's just a joke. But then they also have the second-year wide receiver in Van Jefferson. So I don't really know if it's the best landing spot for him, and maybe he'll end up somewhere next year. I thought he would have been better off in a place like Green Bay, where he would be a number 2, help out Devontae Adams. They got the run game. The defense is okay. That seemed like a team where he could go. I also thought he might go to the Saints, but without Jameis Winston, Trevor Siemian does look good, but I don't know. Without Jameis Winston leading the helm, I don't know if that would have been the best landing spot for him either. But then you had the New England Patriots, known for resurging wide receivers' careers, especially those known as divas and bad reputations. He would have went to be he would have became the clear number 1 wide receiver on that team. And the Patriots are looking poised to make the playoffs as either a wild card or even possibly, as it's looking right now, the way they're progressing, as the division leader. So going to the Rams, I get it. You want a Super Bowl ring, but I don't know if it was the best decision for your career. But it's his career. It's his choices to make. But he joins the Rams, and the Rams take an L to the 49ers, a game in which Odell Beckham had, as far as I could see, at least 2 receptions. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't really like the decision to go to the Rams. I would have preferred you go to a team like Green Bay or a team like New England who could use your help right away. Even a team like the Dolphins. There's a lot of teams that you could have gone to that would have not only improved the team but gave you a home for the future. And I don't believe that's going to be set in stone with the Rams when the season's over. So A lot of interesting things happening, though. Dallas, one of the leading teams to make it to the Super Bowl this year. Dak Prescott is playing amazing football, as is Ezekiel Elliott. Cincinnati Bengals coming off a bye week. Can they make the surge to win the division? Like I said, the 49ers with the huge upset over the Rams. What does that spell for the Rams? Right now, they're number 2 in the division with one less loss than Arizona. Can Arizona maintain the lead? Will Kyler Murray return next week to help them continue their run as division leaders? Or will the Rams recover from a loss and continue to move forward? I was having a discussion with someone the other day about how bad Kansas City was this year, and I brought up the fact of that Patriots hangover. Losing to the Patriots, the team that usually loses usually goes on a bad run. A couple seasons, 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4. Atlanta is still recovering from the loss that they took to us in the Super Bowl. And Kansas City having a bad year, maybe Brady brought that hangover with him over to Tampa Bay. And that may explain why Kansas City's on such a low streak this season. But had a recovery this past week against the Oakland Raiders. Patrick Mahomes with 5 touchdowns and taking home the victory. So maybe they're back on to their stream of winning. That's all I have for you this week. Until next week, I'll see you on No Huddle. Back to After the Whistle.
And we are back. This is a cool athletes corner that we got coming up. The Lynn Chargers are in the championship game. They will be playing this Saturday. And, once again, we had a whole full team here with us. So check this athletes corner out. And then we go come back to some post-game interviews and some other stuff. Hello and welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner, and we got Super Bowl bound Lynn Chargers here with us. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on, fellas? You guys, the season continues for you all. I heard you're the star of the team.
It's a team sport.
All right, talk to me about this past weekend's game. Talk the development and all that.
We had a really good run. Oh, sorry. Well, it started off a little shaky with that first drive from Stoneham, but we really faced adversity well. Mm-hmm. And our O-line, we really put our O-line up there. Mm-hmm. That last drive, us scoring the winning touchdown, and really good touchdown by KO. We did a good job on defense. Mm-hmm. We had a few good runs. Our screen worked really well for the first time putting it in. We had 2 20-plus yard runs.
Okay.
So
it's pretty much a good all-around game on your aspect. Coach, my man Matt.
What's going on?
We go way back for everyone that wanted to talk about this season and this ride that you guys are currently on. That's gonna continue.
Man, it's been a fun ride. It's we got a special group. I coming back to the youth levels. I wasn't sure what to expect, honestly. Mm-hmm. But when first week I saw this team, we put together a good staff, and we were teaching these guys a little bit more advanced stuff than they were probably used to seeing, even right down to the way that we run our practices. Right, our practice is scheduled kind of like a college version of a practice, high school version of a practice, and we really drilled home we're running everywhere we go, every rep we're going 100%, right? And these guys, they all bought in. They all, from week 1 where we would get a break and they'd walk to the water, they'd walk to the next station, to now I don't even have to tell them. I say get a break. Every group that's out there is 1, 2, 3, whatever group they're in, and they're running, flying to the next station. That's really a sign of a team that's grown throughout the year. Going into the season, we knew we had a lot of talent on the team. Just had to get it all put together and get it operating on full cylinders. As we went through the season, we started getting our legs under us and making plays and winning some games. last couple weeks we've been in some battles, but it's good. Like teams need that, right? We need, like definitely. Justin said, we need to bounce back from adversity, and we've done that well. And we've put ourselves in position to do a special thing, right? We're 9-0 right now. We got a chance to go 10-0 and be champions of the gladiator level from the NECYFC, and that's a special thing. So these guys, credit to these guys, credit to the my coaching staff for all of that.
Definitely, my man over here with the bad writing. Tell me, man, how was for you on the game this weekend? What was your feelings in that game, and when did you get a sense that you kind of knew you guys could pull out the victory?
Definitely in the fourth quarter. Once Rodriguez had like a 15-yard run, that was a big run, which kind of like brought us down on the goal line to lead to a touchdown. Mm-hmm. And that's when we could kind of close out the game, and our defense made some big plays. Near the after the first quarter, we started to pick it up, and that's when I knew we had the chance because we started getting more momentum. Yeah.
Did this guy make some plays? Because I know he's eager to talk right now.
Yeah. But nah, the most important play, like my opinion, has to be the 11-yard reception, I think, by Jack Spades, number 3 right there. Caught that pass. With all that momentum, we just shut it out for the rest of the game.
How did you, for the players, how have you all improved during this season? You know, what aspects of the game did your games get better at that you weren't good from the beginning of the season that you're way better at now?
The overall aspect of just being a team. We were pretty spread apart. We were, had a little groups there, but we really brought it all together. Came as a team, made some things happen. Now we're 9-0 in the Super Bowl. So yeah, pretty excited.
9-0. Talk to me. 9-0. Any pressure? Do you feel the pressure, or has it kind of been easier? As you know, the game's have been harder, but for you guys, the expectation, has it kind of been calm that you guys have been playing so well that you're not even thinking about the records?
I honestly don't think about the record. I just know we have to win next week, and I just think this is a big game for us, and we need to step up to the plate.
Big game. Another undefeated team, am I correct?
No, they have 3 losses, I believe.
They have 3 losses.
But a formidable opponent, to say the very least. They're definitely, we kind of knew throughout the season that we were on a crash course with these guys. So.
Have you guys played them? Did you guys play them before?
We have. We played them earlier in the season. I believe it was week 7. We beat them 7-0. It was a great game, battle, and we expect the same this Sunday. Like, PB's always been a tough program in our league. It's kind of become like a rivalry between Lynn and PB because both programs always put out solid teams. So it'll be a battle this week for sure.
A lot of defensive games for you guys. Is that the staple of this team? The defense?
Yeah. I think our defense is very talented. We have a lot of good defensive backs. We have a lot of good linebackers. We have a good flow to the football. It's just linemen imposing our will. It's just really our defense just clicks.
What do you think for the players? What are the key things for this game, for this upcoming game? What are some key things there?
Definitely defense. I feel like, well, obviously offense, we need to score to win the game, but I feel like defense is a big deal because we need to. Obviously, if a team doesn't score at all, we're obviously good,
Yeah.
Definitely flow to the football is a big thing.
Offensively, what's going to be the key for you guys?
Offensively?
Yeah.
Our run game. Our run game is really strong. We run the ball, pound it through, make a couple plays, and then when they get super excited, we'll throw a 70-yard bomber, the number 5 over here.
Please let the folks know the date and time and location of the game.
So we are this Sunday at Manning Field, 1 p.m. Our Spartans level team, which is the 5th and 6th grade level, shout out to those guys. They're doing their thing this year as well. They play before us at 11 a.m. and then we go on to finish off the day at 1 p.m. at Manning Field.
All right, there you have it. Lastly, Kale, where Kale at?
Right here.
I heard you had a good luck charm. I heard so a little birdie told me that you played on this team that you guys were playing with last year and they went undefeated. And now these guys are undefeated.
Yeah, so that was actually my home team. and it feels really good to be on the undefeated team now. And I just think that I'm grateful for what this team has become because we've came so far, and I feel like we deserve it a lot to win this championship.
So it's safe to say that KO's a good luck charm?
Yeah. Taylor does his thing, that's for sure. He's a great kid.
Definitely. And time is almost running out, but also, you know, Kenny's here behind me.
Kenny G.
Everybody knows what's going down next week. Happening on Thanksgiving at Manning Field. You know, Kenny just need a quick thoughts on you know, on the big game.
English by 7.
Oh man! You going against your team? You going against your school?
I'm going against it.
Well,
Yeah.
well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. He's
Hot
spoken.
take, man.
That's a hot take. Oh man, this is definitely going online right after this. All right, Sunday at Manning Field, 1 o'clock, championship game. If you ain't got nothing to do, go down to Manning Field. Make sure you check this game out. Support these kids. Hopefully they bring it back home and they bring that trophy for them, and that'll be a great thing for you guys. Matt, my man, thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for coming on. You work on your penmanship. But no, I want to thank the Lynn Chargers for coming on here. Good luck to them. And yeah, that's about it. Everybody make some noise for yourself and good luck on Sunday. Kenny broke the internet, man. We out of here. We out of here. Have a great day. And we are back. You know, Kale's on that team.
Yep.
He's on that team.
Yep, shout out to KO. Greg actually hit me up today. I'm going to try to stay around. I know they're supposed to be coming down.
Yeah, Greg was telling me, the team that they're playing, KO was on that team last year.
Okay.
And that team went undefeated.
Okay.
And now KO's on the Chargers, and the Chargers went undefeated. So
that's
like,
dope.
It's like, I don't know what I don't know what kind of luck he be bringing, but
I'm not going to say anything, man. I got a million jokes for KO. I'm going to leave that boy alone.
All right, time for post-game pressers. All right, the first one, Salem State basketball coach Chris Harvey, after Salem State laid the smackdown on Elms College, 77-49. Man, what a beatdown that was. Check this out. All right, Coach, you guys came out here, you got a big victory, offensively and defensively, great performance. Let's talk about your team's outing today.
Yeah, you know, I think coming off the Eastern Naz game, which was a hard fought, our first game, their third game, you know, we were a little tired in the second half. So today, coming in to play a well-coached Elms team, for us, we were trying to put two halves together, and I thought we did that today, you know, especially when you get up at halftime by 16, I think it was. You know, our concern was coming out in the second half and being ready to go. And I thought we did that. That first 5 minutes, we got the separation we were looking for and just kind of, you know, found a way to win. I thought our defense was very good at times. You know, we made them work for their shots. Their shots didn't fall, so, you know, we rebounded well. We got out and ran. And, you know, some good things to build on as we head into next week.
Offensively, it seemed like those guys were really getting the ball moving, finding each other, getting them some easy looks down low with your big guys.
Yeah, you know, I think we did, and I felt at times, though, that we got some work to do. I didn't think we sealed down low very well. A lot of their quicker guards were able to come in and dislodge the ball. You know, when we share the ball, we're a good team. You know, it was an interesting box score if you get a chance to look at it. Like, you know, we had one guy in double figures today, yet we scored, I don't know what it was, 78, 80 points, whatever the number was. So we shared the ball pretty well. I thought at times, you know, we didn't. We kind of went one pass, one shot, which we'll work on. But, you know, anytime you win a game, you'll take it and you'll move on.
All right, and we are back. Yeah, if you went to Elms College, more power to you, because it sounds like it's surrounded by trees and stuff. So,
It rained is.
BC press conference, Boston College, they're 3-0 on the season. They had a They beat Fairfield. Fairfield was pretty tough, but they had a lot of upperclassmen, and they were I think they almost made the tournament last year. So
Okay.
This was a pretty good game. So press conference, and we're gonna come back. Coach, this one's a lot closer than the last two games, and you guys, minus the free throws there, what do you think about the execution that they had down the stretch in this one?
We did what we had. We did what we needed to do. College basketball, anything crazy can happen this time of year. And so I knew that was going to be a challenge just because they had so many guys returning from a team that made their championship last year. They lost in the championship to get to the big dance. Nine players coming back. So I knew it would be a challenge. And our guys accepted the challenge and found a way to win the game.
They played you guys tough. This was more of a closer game than the last two games. Talk about the execution that you guys did late in the game.
Coach just told us to lock in pretty much on defense. The defensive end was going to carry us to get that win. So anything they was trying to do, we was trying to get them out of it, trying to blow up handoffs. Number 4, really good player. He could shoot. We try to blow every handoff he had coming up in the towards the end. So I guess we just stayed poised and stick together to the end.
Yeah, no, I agree. Definitely, our main focus really was defense coming to this game because we knew our offense, we could spread the court and kind of just play how we know how to. But defense was the big thing because we had a plan for each player, and especially 4. But then 2 came in and showed out, so we had to change our game plan a little bit.
We are back. Man, BC, they play Rhode Island tonight, looking to go 4-0. Yo, also, DeMar Langford, he keeps playing the way he's playing. When I see him in those NBA draft boards, his stock rising because the way he's been playing and watching him,
he's older, right?
Nah, he's younger.
He's younger?
Yeah,
I thought he was older.
Makai's the older one.
Oh yeah, Makai went to Providence first and transferred out.
Makai finally had a regular season, like a regular time to train, because transferring he had to sit out. Then got the COVID year, and this is his first time having a full regular off season going into a season.
I'll be honest too, them kids that got that transfer to get the COVID year, take advantage of the extra year that y'all get, man. It's like being in college for 6 years. It's like Dan Wilder.
Yeah, but Boston College, the way they're playing, I like how I like watching this team. It's a fun team to watch, and their coach is just he's mad enthusiastic, mad, always dancing too after they win. He embarrassed himself, but he don't care.
Bro,
he said he loves winning, and he will make a fool out of himself.
They didn't have much to dance about past couple years, so he's shimmying all day.
Yeah, and it's also you got a new regime and trying to make the program be what it was, consistently competitive. That's all people want, is them to be competitive. So, because it's hard to get players in BC, but the ones you got, they put guys in the league. So,
Yeah.
And we're gonna be at Endicott this weekend. Endicott is playing University of New England on Saturday. So. Check us out there. We'll be up there.
Man, gotta go support my goals, man.
Yeah. I think they won the other night. So they gotta get it. All right, some high school stuff. All right, this is a big one. Before we get to post-game conference, St. Mary's is 1 win away from the Super Bowl appearance at Gillette Stadium. They are going up against the state champions from the regular year 2 years ago, Abington High. Okay. Abington won it 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago during the regular when everything was normal. Okay. They won that, and I think they've been to Gillette a couple of times too. So I think they played St. Mary's once back in the day too, the state title years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they didn't start going to the Super Bowl till after I graduated.
Yeah, I think this was this might have been late 2000s or early 2010s, around that area, that time frame or so, or when Durgan was coaching or something like that. I don't know.
I think Manny's year won it. Manny Bagon. I think Ant's little brother, they won it 1 year, I think.
05 or
Yeah, I think it might have been 05, 06.
Yeah. I said yeah, you're right.
Because he was a freshman when we were seniors.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It sounds about right. Check this post-game interview out with Ali, Derek, and David. All right, fellas, the season continues, man. Talk to me about this game.
Go first. It's a good game. I feel like we fought hard. We knew that their running back was good, but I feel like we locked in. took it to them.
Talk to me after that first drive when they scored. What you guys do defensively?
We knew that we had to lock in, play as a team, and all game tackle and get to the ball. If we didn't do that, we were probably gonna like come out and win this game. But we turned things around and we locked in and started tackling as a team.
And offensively, they was trying to limit you guys with from the big plays, but it seemed like you guys methodically moved the ball down the field with the run game. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I just think like me and Derek and Ali and Donovan, obviously, once like first initial contact, I think we just broke it off kindly, just used our speed and got up the field.
And what did you guys do in that second half to kind of pull away from them? What did you guys do offensively and defensively because the big play started coming?
I think it was just like our mentality coming out of half. Coach just put it like on us like this is still a close game, so we had to give it to him.
Lastly, you guys 2 more games for it all. You got the big one next week at a neutral site with a team that won it a couple years ago. You know, first thoughts right now about just the opportunity that's in front of you guys.
I know that they're like a really good team, like couple past years. And I see them like they went to Gillette, I think 2 years ago. So like I think they're probably really coached well, disciplined. So I think we'll be ready for them.
Yeah. I heard they have a really good quarterback, so I think this week at practice, Coach Collier will probably get on us a lot, and we'll put in a lot of work.
Sure.
Ali, for you, talk about this ride for you as a senior.
I think it's a crazy ride. At the beginning of the season, I was thinking about not playing or even coming back to the school, but I think I had to come back with my brothers to come try to get a ring. So that's the goal right now.
There you go, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we are back. All right, good luck to those. They'll be playing at Quincy Memorial Stadium Friday. Game is at 7 o'clock. So if you ain't got nothing to do Friday night, go down to Quincy High and support St. Mary's, because this will probably be another good game. You know, I just want to see a close game. If it's a blowout, I don't mind. But you know, also my cousins are on the other team's coaching staff. It's gonna be
wax them, St. Mary's.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Oh,
hope they see the show too.
All right, some high school football highlights. Let's get into some high school. And we are back. How quickly y'all did. We was watching it at your house. Did you watch the rest of that Nets Warriors game? When you got back?
Nah, yo, I fell asleep.
Oh man, it turned into the Steph show.
Oh yes, I did. Yeah, I seen some of that. Yeah,
in the second half. My thing was, like, they were switching LaMarcus Aldridge on him. I was like,
that's an insult.
Right? I was like, yo, this is not gonna end well. He's not the same young player that can move his feet back in Texas. Like, no. He can't be out there. He's like a quicksand.
Yeah, man. I can't understand how some of the people move out there. Like, some dudes looking bad.
And they had Blake trying to guard him while he's running around trying to come off screen.
Blake was looking crazy too, man.
It was all bad. Quickly, before we get into top plays and all that, we didn't give a good luck to all the former Lynn High School players that began college basketball last week. You know, we had Mason. He's up there at Keene killing it. He's killing it up there at Keene. I think he had 21.
That's dope.
21 last night. Ademide, he played at Cameron yesterday.
Okay.
He's getting minutes as a freshman.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, that's good. Jarnell and JB, they're up there. No, I think they were in Cali.
Okay.
They had a game in Cali. I know I'm missing a couple guys. You know, Jalen, he's over there. But all those folks that are sophomores now that actually get a regular season, like, good for them, because that would be tough going into your first year of college and can't even get a real regular season your first year.
Yeah, man, I don't understand this whole COVID nonsense personally. Like, it's wild.
That was weird, but yeah, there's a lot of kids, there's a lot of Lynn kids that are playing college basketball, and you know, kudos to all of them that are on that next level, actually getting minutes too, because they're actually getting minutes.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
you know, I follow them all for the most part. You know, I DM them time to time, see how they're doing. You know, give them some words of inspiration. Because at the end of the day, all we want y'all to do is be better than us.
Yeah, and I'm just glad they're in there, you know, putting their you know, making a name for themselves. You know, out there, earning minutes and stuff, which is always great to see. All right, let's go to top plays. We're gonna first start off with NBA top 10 plays from week number 4. All right, and we are back. Next up is top 10 plays from week number 10 of the NFL. Jesus, this week is almost over. Check these out. season flew by. And we are back. All right. We've come to the end part of our show. All right, so, yo, I ain't been 500 in like 3 weeks in a row. I went 6-7-1. Todd went 7-5-1. And how do you end in a tie, though?
It's pitiful.
That is so. Oh my gosh, I have no words for that.
No.
A stupid tie.
Yeah, he got to retire after this year. Steelers is looking bad, bro. You tie against the worst team in the NFL, like, bro, just hang it up.
Yeah, they need to. They
all need to hang it up.
You're right. You are right. All right. What are we doing now? All right, week number 11. Oh, Patriots on Thursday Night Football. I didn't even know that. Patriots and the Falcons, and this is in Atlanta. Everybody knows we're going for this. At this point, we're wondering why Atlanta even has a professional team at this point. Colts and Bills. Intriguing game.
I'm going to go with the Bills, man.
You going to go with the Bills?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills.
I will go with the Colts, and I'm only going with the Colts because if the Pats win tonight and the Bills lose, the Pats will be in first place in the AFC East. And then, as I'm saying, that matchup is getting more and more intriguing.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good. I'm going to go with the Bills.
That's the only reason I'm going for the Colts, so y'all better. All right, Ravens and Bears. This is in Chicago.
I'm going to go with the Ravens, man.
You're going to go with the Ravens?
Yeah.
I want to say the Bears, but, yeah, my mind is just telling me to pick the Ravens. Lions and Browns. Case Keenum, I believe, is starting.
You know what? I'm going to pick the Lions, man.
You going to pick the Lions?
Yeah.
I so badly want to pick the Lions with you. But I just can't. I gotta pick the Browns.
I don't blame you.
Texans and Titans.
Titans.
Yeah, Titans. Packers, Vikings.
Packers.
Hey, you picking the Packers?
Yeah.
The Vikings actually play the Packers well at home. It's outside of home they never play the Vikings well. And I'm going with the Vikings. No. Now I'm going to go with the Packers. I'm going with the Packers just because I've seen the Packers defense the past couple weeks. The Dolphins, Jets.
Dolphins.
Yeah. Where's this game? Yeah, I'll go with the Jets. No, I'll go with the Dolphins. Joe Flacco is starting at quarterback for the Jets. Saints, Eagles. And Philly. Eagles, because once again, Trevor Siemian is the starting quarterback for the Saints. Washington football team at Carolina. I think Cam might be starting this game.
You know what? I'm just gonna
coach.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what Cam got, man. Cam, man. Go Panthers, brother. See what you got, man.
I'm with you on that. I am with you on that. 49ers, Jaguars.
49ers.
Niners.
If they come out to Kodak.
Bengals, Raiders.
Bengals.
You going with the Bengals?
Yeah, man. I don't know about my Raiders right now.
I'm going with the Raiders. I will go with the Raiders. Cowboys, Chiefs. This is the game of the week in Kansas City.
Chiefs.
I'm on that train too, Chiefs. Cardinals and Seahawks. I think Kyler's coming back in this one.
Seahawks.
See, you going with the Seahawks?
Yeah.
I'm going with the Cardinals. They are 5-0 on the road. What kind of Monday Night Football game they got us? Steelers, Chargers, a Monday Night Football.
Chargers.
I'm going to go with the Chargers, but why is that the Monday Night Football game? No, I'm sorry. That's not the Monday Night Football game. Buccaneers and Giants is the Monday Night Football game.
The Bucks.
But why? There's so many other games that are more intriguing that should be.
But isn't this schedule made a year in advance?
Yeah, but they could flex it.
Okay.
They could.
But how much in advance can they able to flex it, though?
They could have done it last week.
Oh, they only need a week in advance to tell a team, like, you're going to play on Monday and you're going to...
They've done it before.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't be knowing about that type of stuff.
They could have.
Oh.
They could have. Because they could have easily moved the Cowboys and Chiefs to Monday night.
Oh, okay.
That would have been the better watch. But yeah, that is all. That's all. That's all we got for you. Next week, Stevie Patrick will be here. It'll be the trio here for next week. Next week is Thanksgiving, so this man forgot about it. I thought it was this week.
Yeah, I thought it was this week.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, LCTV After the Whistle. There's highlights up there. There's post-game interviews. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there. A lot of content up there. Make sure you follow him, Mr. Burton 23, on Instagram. Make sure you follow me, Mukala K, on Instagram. Make sure you follow Lynn Community Television on Facebook, lyntv.org, the website. That's all we got. And we also give kudos to Pedro, who makes everything go here. And
voice in the sky. And I'm gonna get me a cut soon. Oh my lantern.
I just got mine. Have a good weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We are out of here.